Okay, and now it goes. So once again, I'm really pleased to welcome you all here. And let me start with some little official part. I don't know if you registered or not, but this is something very important for us to track that information. So if you haven't registered for this time, please do it next time when we have it, because we have to know people in the audience. I mean, I see a lot of residents of this building, but well, nevertheless, we just need to know. Apart of that, it would be very, very nice and pleasing for me personally if you guys will later on today follow with this QR code and you will fill in that Flinger board, because we're trying to understand how we can build better networking for you, for our audience. And for future, we're going to use Brella platform, and we need to understand Brella as well. And Brella has some particularities there. So, and in that platform, in this board, you will find very, well, let me open it up. So, what you will find here, come on. Okay, somebody messed it a little bit. So basically, I need to know three things of you. Who you are means which category you belong to. If you are a startup, if you're an investor, if you are a student, graduate, blue collar, whatever. So just put there your name and your, well, occupation in a way. Secondly, your interests in your business life, of course. Well, I might be curious to know your hobbies, but we need to understand how to match you with other people in the ecosystem later on. So if you fill in your interests, like if it's health tech, ed tech, whatever, just put it there. Or if you're looking for investing rounds, just put it there as well. And the third, what you are looking for in general from networking, like here in this building, future in other events that we might have, because we're going to have pretty many of those coming. So that would be very nice and pleasant for me to know, like, what you're actually looking for from networking in Platform 6, in Tribe premises. And we are, on behalf of Tampere ES, with our community building events, we will try to facilitate you with that today and in future. So now I will come to this inevitable official part of saying like who we are and what we are doing. First of all, my name is Ilya. I'm a chairperson of Tampere Entrepreneurship Society. We're a student-led community, entrepreneurship community, and basically our goal is to bridge students with a entrepreneurship startup ecosystem here in the region. For that, we're doing these community building events 2-3 times a month. We have sparring breakfast every first Monday of a month. Then we have brunch, and well, next week on Thursday we're going to have another after work. And we're doing, of course, all other collaboration events, such as on 17th of August we had Peter Westerbacka presenting actually Ambitious Africa project as well. And today's topic is somehow related to that as well. But before we go to this, I really want to welcome here on the stage Teemu Pinamäki, who will tell you a few words about these new premises of TribeTampere and what we're actually all doing here and what you have to know about TribeTampere these days. Please.
Oh, nice. Like I thought I'm gonna be keeping this really brief, because all those questions Ilya shoot at me, I have no answers. But all right, like briefly, we are here in TribeTampere's premises. So new premises that are going to or are open now. We are going to have also premises downstairs in the starting of the next year. But now we're working from here. TribeTampere is basically entrepreneurial community of communities. So we are helping and connecting all the entrepreneurial activities that is happening here in Pirkanmaa region, basically. We are very grassroots level, so we try to be as easily to available every possibly. So we are completely open community, and everything that you basically need to know of us you can find from our website. And we have now this fellowship program, for example, where you can apply and get your tribe membership, to say so, and get your access to here in fifth floor, use our meeting rooms and coffee and such, and also our connections. One of our most important stuff is to enable new starts. For example, we are enabling Tampereans to have these morning breakfast brunches and different kind of activities. If you have an idea, a project that is somehow connected to Tampere city ecosystem of startups or entrepreneurship, please come to tell it about us or send it through our website, and we try to find a way to help you out. That's why we are here. All right. Is there something you want to tell me, Raul?
Yeah, another thing that we're trying to figure out our streaming capabilities in this space, and for that we're of course very curious to see these dynamics. And this is already like third event I'm doing here, and I see that every time dynamics are different and the audience of course is different. So there is the camera. We have our cameraman, Tri, please don't be afraid of that guy. He will take pictures of you, and later on you can find those in Tampere's Facebook and other channels. But let me come to one very important topic today. So most of what we are doing here today, and most what I'm talking about today, is about some sort of a learning. So I started with that Flinga board. So we're trying to learn something about our audience. We're trying to learn this new space. We're trying to understand all these dynamics and how it works. So, and today's topic is about some education, some EdTech, and all these technologies, all that technology that we're using. This is all more or less related to that. And I was thinking, okay, like, should I put one very, very nice 13 minutes video from YouTube about EdTech that I found recently, and that explains, like, in my personal opinion, a lot about educational technologies and approach on a very fundamental level. So I just want to see your reaction now. Like, do you want to spend 13 minutes to get something very new, probably for you, about education and EdTech? Just raise your hands if yes. Okay, well, I can say like 50-50, so I will go for yes. So let's spend some time on really watching that thing, because it was very interesting for me to know. I need to test sound. Or me as well. I'm wearing this hoodie not for not just for free. Okay, so where is the sound? Oh yeah, now it will come.
Different types of EdTech experiences, how to facilitate what is educational technology, or EdTech, how you can categorize different types of EdTech experiences, how to facilitate transformative learning with technology, and finally, what is, in my opinion, one of the best teaching approaches that complement effective and meaningful integration of technology. So let's begin. This is the complicated question to answer because EdTech can mean so many different things. EdTech can involve a wide range of things like learning management systems, digital tools and media, ICT, information and communications technology, or even tech infrastructure in a school, which involves the Wi-Fi, the devices that the students and teachers are using, and data, privacy, and security. That's a wide range of technology being used in education. For simplicity, I use a definition that I like to refer to when talking to educators about EdTech. Here's the definition. Educational technology is the study and ethical practice of facilitating learning and improving performance by creating, using, and managing appropriate technological processes and resources. So in schools, EdTech is the use of tech and tech processes to facilitate learning and improve performance. So like I said before, EdTech can involve a wide range of learning experiences that integrate technology. I think a great way to categorize EdTech learning experiences is by identifying the learning theory behind the whole experience. Learning theories are the ideas that attempt to describe how humans learn. You can categorize these EdTech learning experiences through three broad learning theories: behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism. Each of these theories provide different perspectives on teaching and learning, looking at how tech facilitates learning through the lenses of these theories. Let's go ahead and discuss what each of these theories are all about and the perspectives of each theory regarding EdTech. Behaviorism is a theory of learning that is based on the idea that all behaviors are acquired through conditioning. Now, within this theory, there is something called operant conditioning, where a behavior is learned through a stimulus, which leads to a response, and then the stimulus that follows that response. B.F. Skinner, a behaviorist, implemented the operant conditioning into academic learning, which is called programmed instruction. This type of instruction involves the use of a mechanical device, a teaching machine, that provides stimuli to students and additional reinforcers based on their responses. Behaviorism-based tech is very popular in EdTech because it helps students increase their performance in tests. For example, apps and other online platforms break down learning into smaller sections, each section requiring students to respond to stimuli and then getting immediate feedback. Let's take a look at Khan Academy, an example of behaviorism-based tech. Khan Academy is a website that provides free online courses, lessons, and practice exercises. Its mission is to provide a free, world-class education for everyone, everywhere. Here you can search for expert content in any topic, watch videos on that topic, and do some practice exercises. It even has something called Mission Warm-Up, where students can do a few problems so that Khan Academy knows how to help the students, identifying what he or she knows or doesn't know, so that it can provide appropriate stimuli, guided practice, at the student's level. Its dashboard tracks the student's progress, identifying what the student mastered or what they need to work on. This website is a great example of how operant conditioning works in education, identifying the level of the students, providing adaptive stimuli that elicits responses and immediate feedback, helping students practice at their own pace and be an active participant in their own learning. Cognitivism is a learning theory that focuses on how information is received, organized, stored, and retrieved by the mind, focusing more on the mental processes, kind of like a computer. In education, cognitivism focuses on how information is presented, how things are organized in sequence so that's easier to understand and remember. First catching their attention, then helping them to make sense of the information that was given, and then stored to build up their mental maps. In educational technology, this could involve the presentation of information through visual learning, auditory learning, and digital multimedia. Visual learning is learning through visuals that follow perception principles to help students better focus on important information. Auditory learning is where students learn based on hearing, and digital multimedia is digital content that uses multiple mediums to communicate information.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect words that make your writing sharp, or explicit, or excellent, or
Learning.
Constructivism is difficult to define because of the diverse meanings behind the term. But the commonality between these diverse views is that there's the belief that knowledge is constructed by learners as they attempt to make sense of their experiences. Within these constructivism-based learning experiences, there are prescriptive principles that they follow. According to Marcy Driscoll, a professor at Florida State University College of Education, these prescriptive principles are the following: embedded learning in complex, realistic, and relevant environments. Provide for social negotiation as an integral part of learning. Support multiple perspectives and the use of multiple modes of representation. Encourage ownership in learning. And finally, nurture self-awareness of the knowledge construction process. So after examining the three learning theories, you can see that the use of EdTech can look very different depending on the learning theory behind it. But at the same time, all application of EdTech should facilitate learning in one shape or form. In 2016, ISTE, an education nonprofit organization who's committed to empowering connected learners in a connected world, introduced their new tech standards for students. These standards identified what students would be able to do with technology. For example, students use a variety of technologies within a design process to identify and solve problems by creating new, useful, or imaginative solutions. The new tech standards focuses on facilitating transformative learning, a roadmap to transformative learning that emphasizes on empowering student voice and student agency. These standards give students a new role in learning, more self-directed learning, and giving them more responsibility and ownership. And teachers are also seen more as facilitators who provide guidance in learner-driven experiences. Here are the 7 ISTE standards. Empowered learner, using tech to demonstrate competency in their learning goals. Digital citizen, using tech in a safe, legal, and ethical way. Knowledge constructor, using tech to construct knowledge and produce creative products. Innovative designer, using tech to solve problems by creating solutions. Computational thinker, using tech to implement strategies for solving problems to develop and test solutions. Creative communicator, using tech to communicate clearly and express themselves creatively. Global collaborator, using tech to broaden perspectives and collaborate with others, locally and globally. Within these standards, there are substandards that specify exactly what students will be able to do. In 2015, I was asked to do a day-long workshop on EdTech for an international school. I thought I was going to have them try out some new tech, some new apps, and some online tools, but I ended up not doing that. I felt like tech integration was most effective when it was complemented by a great teaching approach. So I decided to teach project-based learning to the educators. The title of my workshop was actually Project-Based Learning, where effective technology integration happens. I feel like project-based learning provides students with one cohesive learning experience where they can use technology through the lens of all 3 learning theories, as well as develop their skills that are involved in the new ISTE standards. Project-based learning, or PBL, is a teaching method in which students learn by actively engaging in real-world and personally meaningful projects. According to PBL Works, a leading organization in making PBL accessible to schools, there are 7 essential PBL elements.
Be honest, do you really want to watch a
Okay,
video
I guess
that looks like this?
we can
There's
finish
a
with
good reason
this.
why presenters use images while they talk, because it's what makes people pay attention.
Challenging problem.
So, well, that was very nice kind of backgrounds behind this educational tech, and you fairly can say like, okay, that was 2020, that changed many things. And of course, yes, we go more online, we go more like in remote types of learning, and I observe from dynamics of TribeTampere's team that students who participate in our projects, in our daily activities, they are so much busy with their study routine because they have to stay online, even though it doesn't very much probably benefit them just to stay online. So what could we do for that? How we can learn better? And one of the answers I actually see in one of the greatest projects I'm observing since May, and this is Ambitious Africa. And I'm really honored to welcome you guys here today to hear from you what you are doing, what education, what part of education, this exporting the education to Africa, what technologies you are using that, what approaches you apply there. And yeah, feel free to say everything what you have to say, and of course just give us an update because you are growing so rapidly, and I'm just thrilled to see where you're actually going with all those goals of 54 or maybe even more African countries to export Finnish education and expertise. So please, I welcome here on the stage Ronny from Ambitious Africa. Are you guys project or like how do you call yourself? So just let us really know everything what we have to know about you, so we could be useful for you as well.
Thank you so much, Leo. Hey, I see some familiar faces here. Hi everyone, my name is Ronny Eriksson, one of the co-founders and contributors at Ambitious Africa, here together with Zuzana. Zuzana will do her presentation in a bit after I do this introduction here, but so nice to be here. So nice to be here at Platform 6. Thank you to Tribe and Tampere for putting this together. So I think it's like really amazing to see how all these different like communities are now starting to come up, and how this kind of pandemic times have first taken us apart, but now it's bringing us like together even closer than before. So nice to see that you have got this up and running, and it looks beautiful, and the people here look happy and well eaten now. So good to be here. But I thought to shortly give a short introduction about Ambitious Africa, what we've been doing the past 5 or 6 months here, where we are today, and how we kind of relate to education. And then I'll give over to Zuzana, and she will tell a bit more about the EdTech part, about the education things we're doing and how we're actually proceeding on that side. So just in short, we started by the end of April with kind of like a mission to bridge the Nordic countries with all of the African 54 countries. We had some good like backup right away from the start. So Peter Westerbacka was there behind the project, but then also Minister Ville Skinnari, for example, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And why he was a part of this all is pretty simple. So Finland and EU is actually building a new Africa strategies right now. So the old Africa strategy, all the things that were done there ran to its end here in 2020. And now a new strategy is actually being implemented. How can we collaborate better together? How can we get more export, import within the continents? And that kind of like helped then Ville to join the project that we were planning to bridge these countries or continents. We started to move pretty quickly from there. So my dear colleagues and co-founders, Victor and Vincent from Hanken School of Economics, they had been actually 2019 in Rwanda doing some business incubators there. So they met with a couple of PhD students at Hanken from Rwanda who told that there is a big need for this kind of incubators. And they went on with that project and actually 2019 founded 2 incubators, one in Kigali and then one a bit outside in, I don't remember the name of the town, but by the University of Rwanda. And these 2 incubators kind of like created the basis and the understanding that kind of like Nordic people, African people, people all around the world need to do things together. Not so that Nordic people go to Africa and tell that this and this and this should be done in that way, but that we should actually collaborate. We see the problems on the ground, and then we find solutions from all around the world. And that realization then gave us kind of like the idea of what if we would do this bigger? What if we would actually try to reach all the countries in Africa? What if we would actually try to reach all the Nordic countries to make this happen? And that quickly took us to a journey where we started to reach out to these different countries, started with the launch event in Rwanda, had around 70 people joining, but the network started to grow and interest started to come from country to country to country. And now looking back at those 5 months and what we've been doing, we're actually active in 25 countries now. We have almost 300 volunteers working together as teams. There is like country teams, there is the global team where we are a part of, then there are different teams in different fields such as education or sustainability, and all these like try to drive projects together with the collaboration between these young people. So it's a really similar movement that we have seen here in Finland happen over the last 10 years, a startup movement, young people getting the opportunities to do things, young people driving places like this one here. So really timely things, and also a bit of that has started in Africa, but now Ambitious Africa aims to support it, aims to make it a bit bigger, a bit faster, a bit better. And I think we're on a good way onward, and a big like showcase to that is the reach we have had been able to do. No money has been used this far to Ambitious Africa. Everything is built on a voluntary basis, no investments, no nothing. And still we have reached a community of more than 10,000 people, more than 300 million people all around the world. So there is like a good message, a timely thing happening. And yeah, the model we kind of use to do all these things is called like a triple E model. So we focus on the three things that the Nordics are known to be good at. So education, the thing we talked about today. That followed with entrepreneurship, the thing that we all are doing here. And I believe that entrepreneurship is more than just founding companies, it's about doing things. And that's what we all do here. We come together and we have an idea and let's do it. Let's try to make it happen, and then it might turn into something. But that again requires the education for us to understand where the problems lie, what are the things we need to evolve, and how can we do it a bit faster and better. And then the last part is entertainment. And this is something like kind of novel to bring to something, but if you think about the entertainment industry, you think about games, you think about movies, it's about like affecting people, bringing people on board to do something they want to do and they like to do, more than the just like coming to do it for the money or coming to do it for the fame, but you actually come back and play that mobile phone game again and again and again because you want to do it, you decide to do it. And that's kind of like the thing that we have started to build here at Ambitious Africa, the urgency for people to come together to do something that they actually want to do. And they can decide even what they want to do. And this is the change we try to do in Africa, to teach the young people that they can actually do what they see the most fitting. They can do what they see the most needed in their countries. And Ambitious Africa is there to support, not to tell what should be done. And yeah, we're on a good road now. I think we can jump over to this education part, because this has been maybe the most groundbreaking part, the most interesting part to work with. And we had yesterday a really amazing event at African Innovation Week with the topic of EdTech. And let Zuzana talk a bit more about it. And I'm looking forward to talk with all of you here today, get to know you all a bit better and share a bit more like ingoing information. And if you want to read about us, it's easy. You just type www.ambitious.africa. You'll find all the information. Good. Nice meeting you all. Nice being here. Zuzana, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So good morning, or hello, also from me. I'm Zuzana. I'm part of Ambitious Africa, the global team, and I'm actually the head of marketing. But why I'm here to talk about education is because I studied education, and specifically I studied educational technology. So the intro video we had is actually amazing background for what I'm gonna introduce you to and what we do in Ambitious Africa. So as Ronny mentioned, one of the main pillars of Ambitious Africa is education. And why education? Because education is one of the like Nordic strengths. And it's known all over the world that, like, especially in Finland, the educational system is the best system in the world. And Finland is also, and the Nordics in general, are also known for like exporting education and educational solutions as well as EdTech solutions. So what we're trying to do in Ambitious Africa, we are trying to take all these ideas behind the educational system in the Nordics and take them to Africa. And not just like take them to Africa, but also collaborate with Africa on like developing these solutions, adapting them for Africa, and adapting them because it would not work just to take something which works in Finland and bring it to Africa without like any adaptation or any further like work on it or edits. That would not work. So maybe like little intro, like everyone knows, everyone here or most of you here probably went through like educational system in Finland or in the Nordics. But what they use is the last part of the video, the cognitivism. If you remember, there were like these few like roles of learners, like global collaborator and digital citizen and knowledge builder. So that's what we're trying to promote in Ambitious Africa. We're trying to promote projects and work on projects which are exactly going to take these things and provide them and offer them to people in Africa who do not have the same educational system as we have. So in practice, short intro done. In practice, what we do, we have a whole education team related, it's 10 people right now, I think, related only to working on education. And currently we have two partnerships, two main projects running. One of them is Fun Learning, powered by Fun Academy, and one is This Works, also related to Fun Academy. So what we do with Fun Learning, we take educators and educate them in Africa, because of course, we can bring them to Finland, educate them for several years in Finland, and then take them back. And they can like start actually pushing the like system I mentioned, the cognitivism. But that takes a lot of time. So what Fun Learning they are doing, they are educating educators in Africa and educating them in the way that the educators then can further educate other educators. So like kind of building this like whole network and system. So that's quickly one of the projects we do. And the other one is This Works, which specifically concentrates on first graders. And it's actually, can you show it maybe? Or should I show it? We have it actually on our website. And it's actually free set of tools and materials for first graders. Yes. And it's actually built specifically based again on the Nordics educational system or Finnish educational system to like promote digital skills development and digital citizenship. And it's offered for free. So what our education team is doing right now, they are taking this project and offering it to different governments in Africa for free and trying to reach different deals with them, how they can actually take this and use this free tool to use for their first graders in Africa. So this is the second project, which I quickly wanted to mention. And maybe I can quickly also mention that we do not only within Ambitious Africa, we do not only try to like push education kind of outwards. We are also trying to offer like our volunteers and people within Ambitious Africa like great learning experiences, because one of our main values is learning by doing. I'm actually a great example of that, because even though I studied education, I'm the head of marketing now. And it was like great learning experience for me, thanks to Ronny and Ambitious Africa, that they took me in and were like, okay, here, you can just start doing and we will provide you all the support you need. Just start doing it and you will learn. And I think actually our marketing is doing quite well. Our marketing department is doing quite well. So what we're trying to do, offer also great learning experiences to the people within Ambitious Africa. And for that, we specifically partnered up with Clanet, which is a Finnish e-learning solution. And again, why we partnered up with Clanet? Because they are pushing exactly what was mentioned in the video and what is the core of the whole like Nordic education system, the best system in the world, the social learning, cognitivism. So yeah, we partnered up with them. We are building our online courses within the platform and offering them for free to all volunteers so they can actually improve in what they do. So it's actually quite common that when we start a new team in a new country, the people who are joining do not really have so many experiences. And I can give you an example from marketing, because I'm the head of marketing. We have a lot of people within Africa joining because they want to learn about marketing, but they do not have any experiences. So it's perfectly okay. That's why we actually have the courses built in Clanet and we offer them for free. Like, hey, take these few courses. It's going to give you like super basis for marketing. And if you need more, we build more. Like it's all about learning by doing and collaborating together and like finding out what people actually are interested in, what they want to learn about. And that's what we are trying to bring to them and offer them and help them to actually learn. And that's super quickly intro about education within Ambitious Africa. Do you have something to add? Okay. No, please.
Yeah, maybe the last part here to wrap up a bit. So maybe what I also forgot to say there. So what kind of like the core purpose of Ambitious Africa is we don't do that much stuff, even though it looks like we do a lot. It's really seldom that it's me or Zuzana who actually keeps on doing these projects, but it's actually so that we are a facilitating organization. And that is kind of like something new, something that is like, or it's not new, there is facilitating organization, but it's like on the scale that we do it, it's something new, and especially that it's youth-led. So we kind of like look for these different organizations. There are Clanets, there are fun learning academies, there are tons of companies that do really amazing things. But what they're gonna lack for the moment is how you kind of like reach to people. And if you think about education, education should be like available for all people. Education should be something that everyone could access in whatever language they speak, wherever they're situated. And that's kind of like what Ambitious Africa aims to do, is when we have this network of hundreds and hundreds of people all over the world, it's pretty easy then to start to push that, okay, we have this amazing gift from the technology, Finland, for example, for the moment, that is built with big money here in Finland to actually, and it works. So now, as the name says, it works. But the idea is then to, how can we actually get this to all of the countries, all of the elementary schools in the world, because it doesn't help that much if we have it here in Tampere and in Helsinki, for example. So that's where Ambitious Africa then comes in with all these different networks, with the young people who have seen these problems, and then they can take these projects and boom, put it there, because everything is ready and they can facilitate it through that. So it's education. I think it's a really good example of those things that we can say with like a good heart, that Finland knows how it is done in a good way, and thus it has been one of the easiest ways like to start. And as we can see already, like I think there is 6 or 7 big Finnish EdTech companies now in Africa. They're doing a lot of things there. There's like good effects happening, good networks being built, but they have no way to reach more of the countries. And that's where we like Ambitious Africa then comes in to allow that for everyone. Yeah, I think we're in a good way. Next time we can maybe talk more about entrepreneurship. That's kind of like my niche. I've been a student entrepreneur here in Helsinki for the past 4 years, and that's where I mostly put my focus. And then next time maybe Peter can join us also and talk about the entertainment, as he knows how to make birds angry and so on. So he's a good guy. But yeah, if you have any questions, we're gonna be here I think until 1 at least today. So let's sit down, let's chat. If you're interested to join or want to see, there's also like a lot of things happening all the time. So just go to the website and there you find our team Taylor and you can apply to join or do whatever. And I'm looking forward also to work more with Tribe and Tampere and whoever organizations we can find here in the building. Also heard that you have some food tech here, and that's something that is really on the rise in Africa for the moment. So if there's any good openings, let's do something cool together. Yeah, thank you so much for my part.
Thank you for my part as well.
And thank you to Ilya and everyone who has invited us here today. So amazing to be here. Awesome. That's the torch.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really hope that you guys, our audience, you will find something that triggers you in all that, and we can work with Ambitious Africa more, because well, I guess that it's just something that we have to do. In my opinion, it's such a incredible opportunity for every one of us to get to know well, what we should know much better. And I see in Africa a huge opportunity in general, because I usually like take this example of innovation in Africa, that there were no wires, like wired telephones, right, wired telecommunication. So immediately cell phones, those cell towers were built there, and now they can use a lot of mobile banking and all those technologies like straight away. So like jumping, not like going really step by step to developing like all those technologies. So it's very easy to implement there everything what we have here, like on advanced level. So why shouldn't we do it and understand how what is actually precious in all those technologies that for us kind of we were taking them for granted, but in other regions they are really can bring a lot of value and benefits to citizens. And yeah, I guess we're lacking a lot of information about what's actually going on that huge, incredibly beautiful continent. So yeah, thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I guess that official part of that is ended. Santeri, do you want to say a few words, or do we get Maggie? No. Okay. Yeah. So I'm a lifelong learner. That's what I can say for sure, and I don't think that I will change. There are always things that we constantly can learn, and especially like I'm missing so much that coding part, because I see it as a very like a huge potential being express my creativity through some coding, through some programs. But it's actually pretty interesting for me to hear maybe later on in conversation what was the last skill or like last topic you've come through, you've learned. And I see one raised hand. Yeah, Santeri, do you want to say?
Startup NGO, I could introduce it in a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, sure, please. Yeah, and this is actually time for an open mic. If you have anything to say, if you want to present something or share your experience or say thank you words or something else, please don't hesitate. Just come to the stage.
Yeah, Vesku, do you want to come as well?
Yes, please.
Since you are the founder, so. Sure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and please speak to the mic. It goes to the...
Yeah. Well, since we are talking about EdTech, we actually have an organization who is working on EdTech. So I'm Santeri Tuovila. I'm the partnership lead of Creativity Squads, and our brand name is Self-Hack. And here we have Vesku, who is the founder of Creativity Squads.
Thanks. Yeah, well, we built basically nowadays life design concept called Self-Hack, and it's pretty much solving the problem of because 80% of the people in the world doesn't know what they want to do in life and doesn't know their passion. So we built this kind of hackathon concept. Originally, it was like a weekend-long hackathon concept. We took inspiration from a startup weekend, and we wanted to do something for ourselves, not developing some external product or service, but develop ourselves as a product. So yeah, nowadays we do a lot of collaboration with universities, and we do it as like a workshop style, 5 hours workshop for universities. We have done it with 3,000 students already all over the Finland, basically in Oulu, Pori, Turku, in Tampere also. So yeah, that's what we do.
And when EdTech comes to the play, well, we changed everything digital when the pandemic hit. And of course, we like people to stay together when they are planning their life. They're hacking themselves to be the better version, happier version, and more effective version of themselves, whatever that might mean. But we changed that all to the Zoom environment, and it works well. And then in Tampere and in Oulu, they did big parts in online. And now what we are thinking, for example, with Ambitious Africa, that there would be a really nice thing to do together, like spend 5 hours time to just get your dreams, go to your fears, how to overcome them, get some like basic understanding what motivates people from different continents, and that's cool, because what I love in Self-Hack is to open up and then like hear the other stories, people who are much older, different situation, in different continents in this case, and that's really inspiring. When EdTech comes to play in the future, I hope that we could develop a platform for helping these people to find their self-hack buddies, people who have similar problems or who can help other people to overcome their problems. And we could use some smart technology to mix these people, and that would be super cool. And we are now on the ideation process. We have a good basics. We get a lot of people coming to the platform when we get it ready, but that's another problem, how to get it ready. So if you know how to build a super cool platform, please come and ask us how we can help you in your career. And thank you for my part.
Thank you also for my part. Yeah.
Does anybody else want to take a mic and say a few words? No? Yes? Maybe you have some idea, or you are looking for some team members or investments or technology support. Well, nevertheless, you can always join Tribe for a fellowship. You can always join Tampere ES for working with us and making these events better. I'm really thrilled to see how this place will actually kick off all the future upcoming events here, because it's a very, very sweet spot and it's just the first moments of its life. So very, very good to know what will happen. And yeah, with that, probably we will close official streaming part as well. Thank you for your input. Thank you, Ambitious Africa. Maybe we should export creativity squads to Africa for sure. I guess it will be very, very much useful because yeah, I would assume, like my personal opinion, about like 70% of population on the planet really doesn't know what they want to do in life. So yeah, it's very much helpful, and it changes all the time. So like we should do those workshops from time to time. It's like MBTI test, like your personality a little bit shifting, changes from time to time. So we have to keep track on it. Yeah, thank you for coming, and don't forget, please, to go to that Flinga part and fill in those networking questions that I was asking you about. Where was that? Yeah, it was here. So yeah, before you leave, I would very much love it to see. I see not so many people did it yet, but well, we have a whole day today, so yeah, enjoy your time here. We still have some refreshments here, so yeah, let's go to networking and work today. To have a good day, everyone. See you next time.